Okay, let's talk about storing sensitive information within custom fields, especially when you're working with guests and what they are actually seeing from your tasks. Let's say you have a support project like this one, and the clients will create support tickets by using an Asana form. They create the ticket and then you add them on the task so they can see when things get resolved, they can see due dates, they can see what's happening. They give you some urgency from the form. They give you the description of the problem and then you add them as a guest. But the thing is, you might want to have to deal with other information that you don't want the client to see. For example, your own priority or how difficult it is to actually solve their problem. So what you did was actually multi-homing. So if I show you the project column, I multi-homed everything into a back office. A back office is a second project we have there, okay? We have the back office where we have our internal urgency, okay? Whether it's really urgent, even though they said it was urgent, and also the difficulty. And those two values will help you and your team decide how to prioritize your work. You don't want the client to see that value. The thing is, if I go back to this other project, so when the client is invited as a collaborator at the bottom, he sees the custom fields, but he doesn't see all the custom fields. He can actually only see custom fields that are added to the library on those projects. So if one of those two fields is added to the library, then the client will actually see the value, which is really not what you want to do. You really want to hide that stuff away from him. So if I go back to the support ticket back office, if I go to customize and I look at internal urgency, you can see it's not added to the library, which is the ideal situation. The only thing I wanted to point out there is very often you will naturally add the field to the library. And if you want to do some reporting from universal reporting or using the search, very often you might actually have to add the field to the library. So just keep in mind that as soon as you add the field to the library, then the client will actually see the value, which is really not the intended behavior here. In any case, when you have a doubt, make sure to add yourself on task as a guest. So use your personal Gmail address just to make sure and see what the client sees. And this is something you can do on a regular basis just to make sure that no one actually messed up with the process, and just to make sure, again, what the client will see on those tasks. I hope that helps. Don't hesitate if you have any question, use the comments, and have a good day. Bye.